Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Thursday, April 6th, 2023, Throne Thursday. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones Tarot cards. So we're starting off with the Two of Cups, and we're definitely getting a lot of nostalgic feelings of like engagements, marriages. Maybe there's an anniversary that surrounds around this time. But I definitely get with celebration of Passover, and we're doing the share our dinners with family. There's our synagogues that do a greater gathering. So some of them will do two Passover dinners, but also Easter, with Good Friday, and then, Easter Monday. So all these Easter Sunday, all these celebrations coming up. So I get that cup of cheer, but I get family, children bonding. When we read the book of Exodus, there is a prayer that we say over the children's heads. So there's different things bringing, together, like a dinner, We have the Six of Spears, and I feel like this is about life. I feel like this, even with the Two of Cups, this is like you celebrating you moving forward. With this Six of Spears, it's like you are determined. This is knocking of yesterday's cards. You will be the victor wearing the wreath in this situation because you will not take no for an answer. You will not accept a situation for what it is. It's like, oh, it is what. No, you don't accept that. You're like, you know what? It's not with the way I want it. I'm going to sit there and make moves here. I'm going to sit there and make it be what I want it to be. Sometimes in life, it's just like, this is what it is right now. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You just got to keep moving forward. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So a stuck situation is moving forward here. And this is where we're going to see a major shift, a major change. I feel like during retrograde, this is where we'll be, going through heavy emotions. They were showing that, crying. You may be cycling at that time. I feel like, at least once, maybe even twice. So it's just where you'll be cycling, and it's just that heavy emotion, or it's this surge of energy, and it's get out there and walk, get outside, walk, get into the fresh air, you know what I mean? Open up the windows, cleanse the house, you know what I mean? Bring in the spring, new beginning into the household. We have the Six of Cups, so you could be reconnecting with past loved ones, with people that you just have that connection with. I don't feel like in a romantic sense. I feel more on a family level. You know what I mean? It's just maybe you guys just moved to different areas, or it's just maybe there was a falling out in the family, but there's this reconnection. For myself, it's with a schoolmate and someone I ended up working with first before we became schoolmates. And they were showing April 4th. I'm like, why April 4th is standing out so much? And I'm like, why is that? And then I saw it was her birthday, and I'm like, there you go. It's just someone that I really am fond of. We have the Fool. And this is where this new beginning starts. I love the fact that fire is present here because they are telling us to embrace the Strength card. Bravery, courage, strength, resilience. Right now maybe we're waiting for something to happen in life and we get impatient. But we're the ones that are impatient, not universe. They're like, wait for the right timing. You may feel pulled to make a move. And it's just you know what? Let the universe do what they're going to do. This is where trust and faith come in. You're going to have to trust that they know what's good for you. They know when to bring it in. It may not happen in the way that you want, or you're just scared and insecure about it. And it's just you're in control of your emotions. It's easier to say that than actually be in that energy. It's just we have to find ways to purge that energy and just trust. We've been getting some extra channel cards this week, which is totally fine. I definitely feel like intuition is higher. So we have the Queen of Spears, following your instincts. This has been something that's been very potent with us. And I definitely believe, following your intuition, that gut feeling. It's they're just saying something is coming. With the Strength card, they told her you're the princess of this area. You're supposed to become queen. How dare you have a man's position? How dare you think that you're greater than a man? But she was trained to be just that. This great warrior, this great guardian of Sansa. She ended up being so much more than she was supposed to be born to. You know what I mean? So it's just that's the thing. It's we don't see ourselves, and I feel especially going back to the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck, the Wonderland tarot deck this week, where you see the lion looking up to the unicorn, and it's you are more than what you think you are. You know, the lion has spectacles on looking up. You know what I mean? And it's like your vision of yourself is skewed. And I feel like people that don't see themselves as everyone else sees them have the best lights because they're not aware of their presence and what they carry. You know, I feel like they're more humbled in that way. We have the page of coins. I feel like money is coming in out of the blue that you didn't expect. We were getting a lot of out of blue cards. But I also feel like this is where someone pays a debt to you, or this is where they were saying that someone promised you when they got, like, you know, whatever, money, lottery win, whatever this is, that they would help you out. So I feel like in that way. We have the death card, major change and transformation. And I feel like, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, we've been through so much. Like, someone went through this tower moment around me, two of them, you know, and it was just manipulated by someone. It's just like, it's just showing you who these people are. But it's just like, you know, it affects you. And I feel exhausted from it. Like, it's like, I have no time to recover from it, you know, because it's like an ongoing thing. So it's just like, you know, sitting there and being able to, like, do your your manifestations, this the word that came up, but do your meditation, do your energy plunking, clear your chakras, get yourself grounded and aligned again, you know, especially before the retrograde there. But I definitely feel like it's like, you know, sleep and get, you know, recover your body. We have the 3 of spears. So again, your ship is about to come in some significant way. They're showing towards the end of month of April. So this is where it's like something can just come out of the blue. Something's in the works here, you know. But I feel like they're, like they were saying, like, save. You know what I mean? This is nothing to go crazy on. This is not nothing to go splurging on. Maybe buy yourself a treat. I don't know how much this is going to be, but, you know, if it's, you know, an increment, hey, a blessing is a blessing. You know what I mean? Put it away. Don't go crazy. So we're going to start off with the 2 of Cups. Partnerships, relationships, love, arguments, creativity. A partnership is sealed. So this too expresses happiness, passion, harmony, love, and agreements, and often reveals moving in together, engagements, and weddings. In established relationships, friendships, do you sense a karmic connection? So I definitely get a lot of karmic connection. There's one person I read for, he's a rapper, and he always like, he's like, I can't always pay you like the way that I want to because, you know, like, he's a working young man. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you know, if you need advice or anything like that, I'm like, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? He's been on my mind lately. I should reach out to him. But it's just like, you know, he's like, when I make it big, he's like, I won't forget you. And I'm like, you know, we're more than that. You know what I mean? There's that connection there. I definitely feel like a parental guidance kind of towards him. And it's just like, you know what I mean? I am honored that he reaches out to me for guidance. You know what I mean? And he trusts me. So it's just like, you know what I mean? That to me is worth more than gold because it's like someone trusts and believes in me. Someone knows that they're safe with me. You know what I mean? Like how my children, you know what I mean? Sometimes our children see us as that, but they still, you know what I mean? They're afraid of being judged or they're afraid of being punished or something. And it's like with him, he could be just raw because he knows, you know what I mean? Like I'll have his back. Like I hope my children will look at me like that one day. Creative partnerships flourish, respect and support each other. And that's what I always tell my kids. It's like, I'd rather you tell me the truth and I can help you in a situation than you keep it from me because I can't do nothing to fix it. If you keep it from me and you lie, it's going to make it worse. And then when you come to me, it's going to make it that much more difficult to get through it. But I will always be by your side to get you through certain situations. I may not agree with you. I may not be happy with you, but I always have your back, you know, and that's the biggest thing. So 6 of Spears, success, acknowledgement, prizes, self-confidence. And I love the fact it's self-confidence because it's just like people may not tell you how they actually see you because like maybe they're afraid of losing you or they're just like, you know, like a job, they just don't give a crap. They're like, well, we'll replace you with 6 or 8 of you. Like, we don't care. You know what I mean? Just to be a-holes. Like, you know what I mean? Like with myself, I got my review and it's like, you're not seen as an asset. And I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, I haven't missed a day of work. I have top sales, you know, because I was, you know, last year I wasn't, I think it was like 2% off. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, well, you're not seen as an asset. And they're like, for you to be seen as an asset, you need to switch these 2 things. And I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it is what it is, you know? You just got to take it on the chin. So take a well-deserved bow. The Harmonious Six shows appreciation and success. You are recognized and rewarded for your work in your community, educational, or sporting achievements. So I've been seeing with my friends, like a couple of their kids have leveled up in Taekwondo. My one friend has his child in competitions as well. I think it's Taekwondo as well. Taekwondo. I'm not 100% sure, but just showing him winning the in the events and getting medals for it and placing first. Like, you know what I mean? I don't feel like it's like, I feel like it builds confidence in your children. You know what I mean? It's just like the way that they carry themselves. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's just like when they have that kind of confidence, nobody messes with them. And it's like sometimes they will. They still will. Like I remember Shane telling me, like, these guys that are like, maybe like a good 3 feet, 4 feet shorter than him, would come up to him, punch him in the stomach because they knew he wasn't a fighter. You know what I mean? He wasn't looking for a fight. But Shane is the type of person, you poke him so long, he will, you know what I mean? It's like, no, my son's like that. This card answers yes. If your question was, will I pass my exam, win this reward? The card, actually, a girlfriend asked me that last night. This card shows self-confidence and in relationships, feeling high on love. So we are getting a lot of that. All of us watch different healers, even myself. It's just like, like I said, that one person, I hope I find him again. But he said there's someone trying to come into your life. Remember, we kept getting the Nine of Cups coming in? And it actually was in yesterday's cards. It showed Nine of Cups. And it was just like where I was going against, my better judgment. You know what I mean? And the situation would be worse now because it's like, I have kids. I got to make sure my kids are good. And it's just like, they were like, they're going to show red flags before it even starts. And it's like, I saw those red flags and I'm like, as much as it killed me, that was universe's way of saying like, girlfriend, no. We need to back that up. We need to sit there and go in reverse here. You be supportive, but at a distance. Very much like the Six of Swords. We're putting up barriers and moving forward in this emotional situation. You know what I mean? But those barriers need to stay. You know what I mean? It kills me, you know what I mean? Because of our history and everything like that. But the thing is, it's just like, in this situation, I can't do anything, Fate, destiny, divine love, opportunity, luck, change. Everything improves when the Wheel of Fortune arrives in a reading. Financial, work, home life, career, relationships. You also benefit from a chance meeting. So I definitely feel like, if you are searching for love, it is going to be a chance meeting. I said this for one person that I'm close with in a reading. A chance meeting, You'll reconnect with people who live away from you. Opportunity for success comes your way. The card invites you to manifest your wishes through affirmations and action and to broaden your knowledge. So with myself, I feel like once this situation cools down, which it's going to, I'm going to be able to sit there and put my energy into what I want to do with, which I follow Ella on TikTok, ELLA. She has a third eye beside her name. She's from Australia. She's a Reiki healer. She, she does energy plucking. So that's what I'm studying, and I definitely feel, when she does it, I definitely feel a change. So that's what I want to put my energy into. Obviously, this is taking up my time from, it's just who my heart is. It's just like, if I see someone struggling, it's like, how can I help? I want to ease this situation from you. I was there 6 years ago and I wish that, I don't know the universe was there with me and my past loved ones and ancestors, but it's just like, when the shoe's on the other foot, when you see someone going through that, it's like, how can I assist you? What do you need? Some people will take advantage of that. You know what I mean? It's just people's nature. You know what I mean? But, we are judged by our heart, and the universe will see like, this is why she is who she is, or they are who they are, because we know when situations come around them, they will act in a certain way, how we want them to. Jesus told us, like, Yahweh Yeshua taught us, it's easy to love your loved ones, but it's hard to love your enemies. I don't see this person as an enemy. I don't see them as a foe. They're just someone in my life. You know what I mean? But I know in my heart, and I know my dad would be proud of me of who I am and what I do, where he sees like, he is the biggest teacher of that, where, he could hate people for putting him in certain situations. And he is the biggest teacher of that, where he himself sat there and loved these people in spite of X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And it's just like that. And Shane is like that as well. That's a different story, but it's like the respect and the love, and it's like, that selflessness, I definitely look to my dad for that, because, I have such a temper, and I have such, things that I can't express because of certain situations, but it's just like when you have that in you, it's like it can either plant a seed of evil in you, or a bitter seed, or you could sit there and crush that up and turn it to something positive, And I'm not going to let bitter seeds planted by other people be a part of me. I pluck those out. They don't belong to me. Even though they did what they did to this vessel, my soul is untouched. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing we got to learn when things happen. It's like, even to our physical form, and God forbid, that happen, and my heart goes out to you, because it's just like something, it's always a part of you. But at the end of the day, it's your soul that goes unscathed. It's like it's gained knowledge and experience from that. And it's like you become a guardian and protector for others. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a hard lesson to go through. You know what I mean? Even though we had nothing to do with us, but it's just like turning bitter seeds into positive. Crush them up, pluck them out of us. They don't belong to us. Overall, gaining a wider perspective on your place in the world. Psychic work. And it's just like, you know what I mean? When certain, putting our energies and our love and positivity into things that, will benefit us. There's one Reiki healing I want to do. I've wanted to film it, but it's just like with the restrictions and everything going on right now with high holidays, it's kind of tricky when to film, and plus helping out this person. So I know that I'll be able to open up and study more once that part has been taken place. So 6 of Cups, nostalgia, reunion, harmony, childhood. The 6 is the card of visitors from the past. An individual comes back into your life, offering friendship and affection, while helping you appreciate both the past and the present equally. You may find your past learnings and experiences feed a new creative idea or project. However this card manifests for you, the past will have an important bearing on the future. I definitely feel like certain people in my life, I know my son is one of them. He says things and I'm like, what makes you say that? Like he said, I can't remember what he said the other day. And I'm like, what makes you say that? Because I had that feeling and the cards have been saying it. And he goes, I don't know. He goes, it just came to my mind. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? It's just like, he said that when Shane passed away. He's like, Mom, call the hospitals. I was calling his phone, his work phone, because it's like his cell phone. And he's like, Mom, call the hospitals and look for him. I said, okay, baby. I said, let's wait till 6:30. I said, if we don't, I said, this was just like Thursday. Remember he was with Chris? When I asked Chris had no idea what I was talking about, but it don't matter. Anyway, it's in the past. But he was late for work on the Thursday, and he's like, Mom, call the hospitals. And I said, okay, baby. I said, we will. I said, just give me a moment, okay? And I said, wait till 6:30, because I don't want to cause panic in my kids. I'm like, it'll be fine. And then as soon as the cop cruiser pulled up, I was just like, bloody hell. I'm like, keep going, keep going, keep going. You know what I mean? And then he started walking up the door. And I kid you not, I don't know if it was weeks before or months before, but there was a cop cruiser sitting outside of our house. And I called Shane and I said, there's a cop car outside of our house. And he goes, really? And he goes, what's he doing? I said, I don't know. He's just sitting there. And he's like, okay. So he stayed on the phone with me. And then they just left. And he's like, they just left? I'm like, yeah, they didn't get out of the car. They didn't do anything. But that cop cruiser that day didn't even pull in the driveway. They pulled in front of the house. And I was just like, every time there's cops involved, it really triggers my kids. So it's just like, I feel like that's where the Page of Cups comes in. You know what I mean? Like when we have indigo children around us, and I feel like that's the universe trying to, deliver messages from us, because sometimes we're not catching what they're trying to say to us. They're like, are you catching what I'm saying? And you're just like, huh? There's been a lot of crows around again. And I'm just like, oh, for fun's sake, So we go to the Fool. Risk, innocence, opportunities, beginnings, youth, and I can never say this word, impetuousness. An adventure, opportunity, new phase, or perspective beckons. There's an air of spontaneity. So spontaneity is a word that came out in retrograde, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still editing it. But it's just like, I believe when there's synchronicities and spontaneous things that happen and chance meetings, I feel like that is the universe at work. I feel like that's where the universe is like, this is meant for you. You know, maybe there was a lost opportunity for this, and it's like, we're going to try and bring this in again. Sometimes it's like, I hear things, and it's like, I'm thankful, like, you know, that's why I'm single. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I hear things or I see things, like, you know, I'm quiet, I'm observing, you know what I mean? And it's just like certain things play out. I'm like, this is why I'm glad I'm single. I'm like, I cannot. You know what I mean? It's just, or the person shows you traits and you're just like, ugh, you know? It's like, I'm good. You know what I mean? So as you follow your dreams in the spirit of freedom, so freedom, the spirit of freedom really stands out for me because I am working towards freedom. For me, that is the biggest thing. I honestly, it's like this wind, just, you know, like your wings, like that you have, but you know, we can't physically see them. You know what I mean? And it's just like the wind fills your wings and you're just like, it's just freedom. You know what I mean? It's just beautiful. It's like everything on your terms. Nobody has control over your life. It's just beautiful. Take a breath before you begin and calculate the risk before you take the leap of faith. And this is the thing, like, take the leap of faith. And I feel like we're being pulled to do something, we're working on something, but universe is like, trust the timing. Trust that we have something coming for you. Maybe you're waiting for things to finish. You know, they're like, we're waiting for this to be finished, and then we're going to give that opportunity for you. But that pull, we know something's coming. We think we're doing the right thing. Like with me, was for my mental health. I'm like, I need to move out of here. I cannot share a home with this person. It's just like, enough is enough. You know what I mean? And for my mental health, I was just like, I gotta move. And it was just like, you know, I should have just listened and stayed there until after Christmas. I just couldn't take anymore. You know? It's just like, when you're trying to save your, you know, your mental health and your peace are that important. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you overlook things. You don't, you know, it's just like, I should have listened. An additional meaning, independence. A student, a young person leaving home. So, you know, you get that with a young person leaving home. Nobody to answer to no more. You know, but also the thing is, it's like, no more hot meals to come to anymore. Clean laundry. Your bills being paid on time because they're taking care of all that. Like, you know, I always tell my kids, they're like, do you want me to do something? Get a job? I'm like, you don't need to get a job. Well, around here, there's no jobs. What are you going to do? Go play in the frickin' woods? But it's just like, you know, I respect the fact they want to do those things, but I'm like, concentrate on your school. I said, do your passion projects because they have a lot of them and they're getting back into them again. I'm like, concentrate on your passion projects, grow those things, enjoy your childhood. Before you know it, you're going to be like mom. And it's just like, you know how much I love my cards and everything, but it's just like, that is, you know, the other part of it where I'm responsible for paying bills. You know, I'm responsible for taking care of the family. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that their hearts are that generous that they're like, you know, at their young age, it's like, let me go out and work so I can help pay bills. I'm like, no, I rather you put that energy into your school. Better yourself. So you are not like your dad going back to college in, you know, his 30s. You know, even though he did phenomenal, it's like, I rather you do that now. And then that way, when you're in your 30s, you can sit there and when, you know, you get married and leave home, like you have this nest egg and you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's just like, you have that leg up, you know, and that's what we, you know, and I know Shane would want that as well. You know, we would want our kids to do the right thing. They obviously, he knows they've been going through things, but it's just like, you know, encouraging your kids to do it now so that way they don't have to do it later. School is not for everybody. I understand that. But if they're able to do those things, it's like, do it now. So, you know, yeah, a lot of people go back to school later on in life. Maybe that is their path. Who knows? But, you know, I try to be that positive guiding force and like, you're excellent at that. Keep doing that. Like, you know, you're excellent at this. Keep doing this. Like, cause you never know where it's going to lead. You know what I mean? It may not lead to nowhere, but you know what? At least their passion was there. It may be a part of them the rest of their life. You know, Shane loved writing. He wanted to be a director, you know? So, you know, he tried to get into acting to get to that role. Like I even told him, like even the actor for The Walking Dead, Glenn, he did voiceover work in video games before he became an actor. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a director. You know, so it's just like, that's the thing I love about The Walking Dead. They give opportunity for the cast members to sit there and direct episodes. I think that's phenomenal. It's like, if you have the gifts and the abilities to teach others your craft, and that's what they're passionate about, why not teach them? Why not have another person in this world sharing that art form? Telling a story through their eyes of the lens, to share it with the world. I think it's brilliant. I feel like tarot's like that. It's guidance through the guided, through the eyes of whomever the healer is. Especially if you really resonate with one, it's like they're special. It's like hang on to them. You know what I mean? It's like you may go to other healers, like we all do. You know what I mean? But it's just like, if you have that one that really resonates with you, hang on to them because they're precious. You know what I mean? Because they really, especially like myself, when there's certain people, it's like I really can get into their energy and read things and tell them things, and they're just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, because you trust me and your guard isn't up like, oh my gosh, they're going to see this. I'm like, I will tell you what I see. I'm not here to judge you. I will tell you the honest truth. They may say things bluntly. I would not articulate it that way, but that's why they trust me so much, because I tell them the way that they say it. So it's just like, please forgive me. This is what they're saying. This is what they're showing. This is what they're doing. But it's just like, it's brilliant. It's honestly, it's just like, they're painting this picture. It's kind of like if you go back to, I think it's Batman Returns, where the Riddler is in there and he makes that invention that goes over your head and they show what's in your brain, like the images. It's like, I wish I could put that on my head and show people that, who I'm reading for. This is what they're showing me, because it probably would resonate a lot better. You know what I mean? So it's really cool, but it's definitely an art form. So I definitely feel like you should enjoy this weekend, make the most of it. If you're able to go out as a family and walk and enjoy the spring air. I know it's still like kind of it's that kind of phase of spring where it's like, everything's dirty from the winter, but it's like the rain will come and wash that all away. And then the sunshine will shine again and just bring out the beauty. Everything's going to start to grow and come to life. It's just going to be brilliant. So I feel like it's just like, get ready for like this really beautiful, prosperous time. They're showing the cornucopia from Energy Oracle cards. That's like where your life is about to see things happen over and over and over again. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, April the 6th, 2023, Throne Thursday. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Have a blessed weekend. We'll see you next time.